Hi everyone. I'm going to make this video here to talk to you guys about what you need to do as far as reviewing some more documents for your Math IA. So first thing you need to do is go to Schoology. You should already be there, obviously, and you're going to click in the Math IA folder. Now this first document we already read on Tuesday. We went through the sample IAs and discussed scoring and the criterion. So now I'm going to get you to my website. So if you click on my website, this is what you're going to be looking through. You also want to click on what to read on the website. And so what you're going to need to do here is you're going to need to take some time to read through each of these documents. So as you do that, you obviously need to pause the video because I need you to read through it because it's going to talk about more detail. Some of these we've already read through, so we're going to skip over, but then I want to talk to you about the highlights. So the first one is the Math IA intro. So back on my website, you're going to find all the documents in Schoology are also here. So you might even want to pin or link my website. So the Math Internal Assessment, if you click on that, I need you to read this information just about what is your IA. We've talked about it in class, but this is going to go into more detail. So we need you to pause the video, take a few minutes to read through this, and then start the video again, and we will all kind of hit some highlights. Okay, so hopefully you've paused the video. If you haven't, again, I would encourage you to do that. But what you're going to see here is you're going to see just what are some things about the IA. So that introduction really is important. The idea is that this is a mathematical exploration. You're writing a report based on something you choose, and you're trying to focus on mathematics that we do in this course. So you have to make sure that you're finding mathematics that is commensurate with the level of IB. And we're going to have the IB curriculum that you can look at because maybe it's something down the line, maybe it's something we've already looked at. So again, you have to have an aim, you have to have a reason as to why you're doing this. You have to make sure that your final report is 6 to 12 pages long. I know that's a huge amount of pages when you think, or a huge range of pages, 6 to 12. Well, remember, you're going to have pictures and you're going to have tables possibly and graphs and different things. Now, those should not take up a lot of pages, but they are going to take up some of that. But IB is not really particular. They want it to be concise, but they want to make sure it's also complete. Those were part of our criterion. It says it can be word processed or handwritten. It cannot be handwritten, so just a little FYI on that. Talks about that obviously you have to acknowledge things. There shouldn't be any plagiarism there. Then it goes into the purpose of the exploration, and so we've talked about that. So again, you want to make sure you're reading through that. Goes into a little more detail there. So it talks about management of the exploration. So at the very beginning, it talked about how there's going to be 10 teaching hours. By the time we're done, we will have spent at least 10 different class periods or equivalent of 10 class periods over this. And we did some of that first semester, but we are going to be taking time in class for general discussion, for peer reviews. We're going to look at your mind maps as well and just trying to stir up questions, stir up answers that you may have, trying to give you some direction. It talks about how further details of the development of the exploration are included in the teacher support materials. You guys actually have access to that back in the Schoology folder. If you go back to where we read those IAs or on my folder, it's going to have the sample IAs. So over here, sample IAs from IBO. So those are the ones that we read the other day. And for some reason, it's still making you click on that, even though I have the direct link. But over here it talks about just some different general guidance, and some of that's for me and some of that's for you. But when I clicked on developing the exploration, it just talks about, let's look at stimuli earlier in the course, and we're going to look at that today. Talk about the time frame. Make sure you're keeping a record of ideas. Look for ideas everywhere, what you read, what you look at, what you watch. Okay, we've talked about different ways we can explore math even in our curriculum throughout the year. We've given you opportunities to practice your writing. We've talked about technology. And so we're going to be looking at mind mapping activities and sharing ideas and making sure you have a clear written focus before you start. And then just self-assessing and talking about questions and answers and discussions and feedback on the draft and all of those things. So that's kind of what that's talking about in that particular document there. Requirements and recommendations. Obviously, there's a lot of different things you can do. We're going to talk about the stimuli that's available. You're not restricted to that list. We can give appropriate guidance at all stages of the exploration, so we can direct students to be a more productive route for inquiry. So if you're on a route that maybe we don't see a lot of math showing up, we can try to redirect you. We can make suggestions for where you could look for things. We can give advice. We can try to give you some clarity, but we cannot tell you what to fix, how to fix it. We can say, hey, there's some errors, but we can't tell you this is how you correct it. So you're supposed to be talking to us about this. When I say us, you can talk to me, Mr. Brockman, whoever it may be, but we can't just say, this is how you're going to fix it. We can talk to you about how to fix it, but that's what you have to come up with. So we can't just correct things for you. The other thing that it talks about here, we're going to have a date for submission. Again, we've talked about that's going to be the end of this semester. They're going to have outlines you're going to go in. We're going to have a first draft, and then, of course, you're going to turn it in again next year. It says you should aim to make the use of mathematics learned as part of the course. So obviously, you want to make sure it's commensurate. That's what it says, commensurate with the level of the work. So it's similar to what we're suggested by the syllabus. So again, your audience is your peers. A difficult topic will not necessarily result in a higher grade. Sometimes if you pick a difficult topic, then you end up just kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you don't understand it well enough, so you can't show that clear understanding. Okay, so that's what that document is. So the next thing you see here is the IA criterion with some explanations and the criterion with the table format. I have that again here. You've already seen the IA criterion with some explanations. I went through that the other day, so you can always come back to that. The next one is the table format, so maybe you like this format better, but it's just, talking about how you're going to get all the different points in the different areas, so it's just what's kind of your preferences. The next thing to look at is the IA checklist. This is something that you're probably going to want to come back to later as you start writing it, but these are things that can just kind of remind you, hey, I'm trying to choose a topic, so I want to identify an appropriate topic. I want to develop it. I want to devise a focus that's well defined. I want to ensure that it's going to get a concise exploration. And then as you get into your 5 different criterions, communication, have you done these things? Math presentation, have you done these things? Personal engagement, reflection, use of mathematics, use of technology. Okay, so this is a good thing to come back and say, yes, I've done it. No, I haven't quite done that. So that's what that IA checklist is for. The next thing you see here, frequently asked questions. Always a good place to go. So you can see IA frequently asked questions. So it talks about if you're an IB diploma candidate, what's the difference between a math exploration and the extended essay in mathematics? Okay, so the exploration it talks about is a much less extensive piece of work. You're obviously exploring an idea. You're not doing a research paper. This should not be a research paper. Okay, again, it should be 6 to 12 pages. A common failing of mathematical writing is excessive repetition. Okay, teachers are known for that. We repeat ourselves over and over and over again. You do not want to do that. Okay, you're going to lose points for conciseness because you're being repetitive. So you want to be concise. Okay. How long should it take? Again, 10 hours of class time with about the same amount of time out of class should suffice. So again, we'll be spending time in class. You'll have time to research things. Just want to make sure you're being productive on that. Do you have to have a title? It's a good practice to have a title. Okay, but really, basically, you want to make sure that you're kind of thinking about an aim of what you're doing. So again, we're going to talk about water here in a second, but if that's kind of your stimulus, that shouldn't be your title. What are you doing with water? You're predicting storm surges. So something you can think about. Again, how much help can we get from a teacher? Can you get from a teacher in finding your topic or focusing your exploration? Again, we can provide advice to you on choosing a topic. So we can give you advice on that. There's really no limit to that. But if you have no input into that or you don't really think about that, then you're probably not going to be able to explore it and really show that you own it. And remember, you're trying to make sure that you can show ownership of that. Okay, that's personal engagement. So you need to be the person that's thinking about the topic and trying to explore ideas on how you can make that topic your own. How much help can I give you with the mathematical content of the exploration? Okay, you can see there, if you need help with the revision on a particular topic because you're having some problems using it in your exploration, then I can give you a little bit of help with the mathematical content. But again, I cannot just tell you, what to do or how to do it. When is a good time to introduce the exploration? Obviously as early as possible, that's why we're doing it now. The target audience, again, should be your fellow students, so you're not writing for a doctor at a college, somebody with a doctorate in math, you're writing for your peers. Can you use mathematics that is outside the syllabus? Yes, but it has to be relevant. You don't have to do that. Again, sometimes that's difficult to do. Talks about the difference between criterion A, which is communication, and presentation. So is it coherent? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about communication. Presentation, we're talking about more how you're presenting the information with diagrams and technology and terminology, things of that nature. You should not be using calculator notation because that's going to be poor communication. You're going to get marked off for that. I know Mr. Brockman's going to mark you off for that. You should be using equation editor, which is why we worked on that. What is personal engagement? You're trying to demonstrate that he or she has made the exploration your own. You're expressing ideas in an individual way. You're trying to show ownership of this. You're trying to show that maybe you looked at this problem in your own way, in a different way. Okay? Precise and correct, it talks about that in the use of mathematics. So precise means you're accurate. You use the right notation. Correct mathematics means that you can have an error as far as some of your calculation, but it doesn't really lead the paper, the exploration astray. And then to be complete, you're showing all the steps. You're explaining everything. Nothing really is being detracted from your conciseness, so you're not just rambling and rambling and rambling. So that's another good one to come back to. Possible IA stimulus, it's linked in the folder, but that's what you're going to use as you try to come up with your mind map. This is a place that you can look at. These are just possible things you can look at and try to say, okay, what can I do with these different things? What can I do with maybe biking? Or what can I do with the golden ratio? Or what can I do with baseball? Or what can I do with games or soccer or investments? So that's kind of the idea, and then trying to move on from there, just to try to give you an idea of what to start with. The Mathagon website, this was a cool website I actually stole from another math teacher, but this is a place where maybe you can just get some information, some exploration, some application ideas. So I haven't looked extensively at this, but it also looks pretty, which is kind of nice. But maybe you're trying to get some ideas for some applications in math. This might be a good place. Something that maybe you're interested in, you want to find out what's going on with it. Go in here, look at this, and see if it can actually provide you something that you could then explore. Okay, so that's kind of what that is. You can always come back to that website. Other ones we haven't looked at, we talked about the FAQs, the tips for success, but additional notes and guidance. I don't know, did we talk about tips for success? I don't think I actually clicked on that. Okay, this is from a teacher at North that does it, but he just kind of has some tips for success that he has. Might be worth your time kind of reading through that. It's pretty short there, but some good things that a lot of students get marked down on if they don't follow. And then just additional notes and guidance is another thing that you can look at here. So we're not going to go into this one, but this is just something from IB that just talks about, kind of a wrap-up of the entire thing. But a lot of the criteria, and then it just maybe provides some additional notes. So if you're interested in that, it's not a very long read. So again, I kind of went through the highlights of this. I would make sure you spend some time reading it. I had to try to pause and read that first one, but something that you definitely want to do. So you will be looking at the mind map. I have another video on that if you don't get to that in class, but that mind map should be done for tomorrow. So we'll be looking at that. Hope you had a good day. Bye-bye.